Hello and welcome to Barnabas Junction. It's time for a layout update. It's been a while since the last one. In fact, it was Good Friday. Such a long time ago. What has been going on? Well, I'm about to tell you. So, let's show you. So yes, welcome to Barnabas Junction. It is layout update time. Where's time gone? I've been so busy. I've been trying to get this layout update recorded for such a long time now. I finally got round to doing it, so apologies for such a delay. But for those that have been watching, obviously my YouTube Tuesday series that have been going on throughout the year, you're going to kind of see what is going to be coming up in this layout update. A few little bits and bobs extras as well. We're going to be talking about what's going on the layout as well later on this year through to the Christmas period, and a few other little bits and bobs, especially what I've been really working on just behind you. So let me get the camera off the tripod, let me get you down to the layout, and let me show you what it is to show you in this layout update. So I thought I'd start this layout update back where we were with the previous layout update, and that's what is going on with the TMD. So with the previous one, you might already notice a few changes that have taken place on the layout. Not just the movement of the locomotives, that is, but a lot of work that's taken place scenic wise of the TMD. So I'll take you down. We'll start off at this end. We now have the scenic break from the TMD to the public access area. We have the scale model scenery, fencing in, and gates. They're all in. We've got a walkway across. We've got some scenic area developing here. This walkway does go all the way down with the fencing, all the way down. This was quite tedious to do. If you want to know about them, then check out the link above, the live stream which I featured all this fencing being done. And we've got a little gravel area. I'm hoping just to finish that area off here with a bit of a bike sheds, some old rusted bike sheds going in there possibly. But that does go down now. We've got to finished off this area. This is now the car parking area. Needs a lick of paint just to tidy it up. And we've got the gates there which have been broken down. And that fencing does take you over all the way up to the corner of the TMD shed. That is what has been in development here on the TMD since the last one. So yeah, that's taken quite a lot of time. All that fencing, there was approximately 2 meters of fencing that to be done. That did take a long time to sort out. So that's a follow-up from the last update. Also, you might remember in the last update I did mention about these 2 lamps which were on this layout actually were positioned either side of this hard standing. Well, I have now replaced them with 5 brand new yard lights, and they are all operational. 4 sprung yard lights. We've got one there, which has replaced those 2 that were already in there. We've got one overlooking the storage area and the head shunt, and we've got one just there overlooking the footpath, and one just on the edge of the fueling points. I will admit this does look absolutely fantastic, especially lit up in the dark, and I'll throw a picture of this in the dark for you now with these lights. There you go, that did look fantastic. I tell you, I really do like sitting up here, shunting around with the locomotives on this TMD in the darkness under these lights. It's really, really something special. So that's the TMD. Where are we going next? Well, we're going to go here. And here we are. We are back to an old corner of the layout, which is going to feature in a lot of work over the next coming months. If all of you remember, many moons ago now, we did that rock face. Still not finished. Got to work on that and bring that scenic area up over that rock face, get it finished off. But what I want to do is develop that rock face into this corner, and at the same time do quite a few layout repairs. Now when I say the rock face, bring it into this area, what I want to do is, if you can see, this is the original rock face that I did first time round, which was quite pleased with my scenic skills, which not being very good. I thought I was quite impressed if that was at the time. But what I want to do is try and replicate as much as possible that type of rock face over this. So it's going to take a lot of rejigging of things in this corner, taking off some of the scenic grasses, taking out that tunnel portal, and reworking this hillside, which kind of ties in with what I plan to do at the back. Now I have had quite a few incidences with this corner. Now we're doing this scenic area, and it's just great timing as this class 20 comes across. We have a situation just there. With the recent hot weather this year, it's developed a bit of a sagging. If I just press on there, you can see it's moving. And that's because the underneath has gone a bit soft, so I've got to give that a bit of extra support. But that works and ties in with what I plan to do underneath here, because we've got to redesign the track work underneath here. So we got the train actually underneath here at the moment. So this is removable, which I'm pretty glad of. And what I plan to do, and this is the reason why, because this train has just derailed. The reason why is we have getting a lot of track issues underneath here, especially after the hot weather. So over the next few months, I'm going to be ripping out this corner. We're going to be sorting the tracks coming around, because at the moment, if you see these two tracks, they bend that way. I'm going to straighten them out a bit, and so it's less of a curve coming through to there. So we're going to redevelop that. That's a big job on hand for the next, well, over the winter period, to spend up here and work on this layout. So all this is going to be coming out. If you want to watch that, then make sure you tune in to my Tuesday shows for Series 7 of my YouTube Tuesday. So make sure you follow the channel to follow the updates of what's going to happen with this corner. That is big work for the winter, fixing this corner. And for those that you want to know, prior to finding out, this is actually going to be a caravan site, this corner. So I'm going to be redoing the lid, which is currently a mount board, which I'm going to change to a piece of hardboard, making sure it fits properly all the way to the very back of the loft area there, filling that space completely to get lots of scenic in. That's going to be changed to a piece of solid wood to sit in there so it doesn't bend, because it's kind of warped. Mount board's good, but it does warp over time, so it's not very good unless you want lumpy scenery. Right, one more thing to show you then. Where are we going next? Well, let's take you there. And here we are in the final part of the layout update. This is the exact same area we started the final part of the last layout update. But if you grab a screenshot or have a look back, you'll notice it's dramatically changed. And that's because what I mentioned I was doing in the last layout update is now all done. We now have our river scene 99% complete. When I say 99%, that's just because I've got to ballast the track. It's taken a lot of work, a lot of tutorials, a lot of work listening and taking advice from people. We now have a river scene in on the layout. My word, was that entertaining.
If you want to see this in development, check back on my live streams over the past few months. You see no ballast as of yet. Ballast still finishes just where that 20 is now. Just behind them points. So that ballasting is the last thing on here to be done. I have to say, I am superbly impressed with the scenic development of this area here. I've completely outdone myself, my skills of scenic work. I am totally and utterly stunned. Still a little bit on this end just to finish off, maybe a couple of trees and bushes on that embankment, but overall this is looking superb. And yes, it does look massively different. Had a problem with the new back seam that I put in. That's my own fault. That's due to the wallpaper underneath. I pressed it down and it dimpled it, so I'm going to be rectifying that in time, but not to worry, at least I've got something to work on. So yes, the back seam originally only went to about here, so an extended back seam to bring it in line with that seam there. And again, once it carries on that side, it will carry on level with it also when we get finally to work on this corner, the final corner of the layout. It's quite a way off now. Yeah, so let's take you in for some closer looks of the river. Let us know in the comments below, what do you think? It was a resin pour, and I think a few finishing things on this would be maybe some people fishing, maybe a few ducks, birds, reeds in the middle, maybe that sort of thing, some overgrowth. It's turned out exactly how I planned, with the shallowness on the edges and the deep water in the middle. So yeah, absolutely overwhelmed and overjoyed with its development. Let's watch a few trains now passing over. And there we go. That is your layout update. Just absolutely overwhelmed with that. It looks just absolutely fantastic. It blends in so nicely with what we did previously with the church, and the pub scene, which is still yet to be finished off. More work to finish off. Oh, and one little extra that I did. Put some sheep in that corner over there now, and we've still got a few more to go on. So we'll finish off with a quick spin around the layout. For those that have not seen it before, finishing off with the only area that's not really had any scenic development. That will come. Plenty of time to go. The layout is never finished. So, from me, Jason, here at Barnabas Junction. Thank you very much for tuning in for this layout update. Remember to like, share, comment and subscribe. And for those that want to help support the channel, you can become a channel member. Links are in the description or on the homepage of the channel.
So that about wraps things up for this layout update. I hope you've enjoyed that information. I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. I certainly have enjoyed doing all the work on this layout over the past few months, and really stunned myself in my creativity. So I hope you can join me again in the future for the next layout update. Remember, thank you very much to everybody that has been a subscriber. It is free to be a subscriber, but if you want to be a channel member, there is links in the description below. You can become a channel member and see what's going on as it happens with work on this layout. You do get access to the private area of the channel, and you get regular updates of what's going on, as it happens. So if you want to get access, early access, and a few extra little bonuses as well, then make sure you check out the channel membership. Thank you very much to those that are channel members, helping to support the channel in every way it is to produce the content for you on the YouTube Tuesday series. So, thank you very much, everybody. Hope you stay safe, stay well, and fingers crossed, we might be back for another update before Christmas, hopefully. Until then, you take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay well, and keep on modelling.